Welcome back to First Moveable Guitar Chords. This book focuses on 8 movable chord shapes. We're on page 23 and we're going to be practicing movable major, minor, and dominant 7 shapes with 2 songs, Morning Has Broken and All Through the Night. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of First Moveable Guitar Chords that you can read from and write in. Plus you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. At the top of page 23, we have number 35, Morning Has Broken. As usual, we're going to plan our root notes and our chords before we play through the song. First chord is E flat major. So we need to find an E flat root note on either string 5 or 6. On string 6, there's a root note E flat we could play way up at the 11th fret. That's going to be a little uncomfortable. So we definitely want to play this E flat root note here on string 5, fret 6. Because our root note is on the 5th string, and this is a major chord, we play our 5th string major shape right there. And from this point, we want to find chords that are close. A very close F to that E flat is 2 frets higher at the 8th fret, and that is an F minor, and that'll be with our 5th string minor shape. Finding a B flat after that, there's a B flat on the 6th string, 6th fret, and that is on the 6th string, so that's a 6th string major shape. And then we have A flat major following that B flat. A flat is always going to be 2 frets lower than B flat, so that will be same shape because it's still a major chord, but now we're at the 4th fret. And back to that same E flat. Before we look at the second line, let's just cycle through those chords in the first line. E flat major, F minor, B flat major, A flat major, and E flat major. And line 2, first measure is still that E flat major, and then we have a G minor. There are a couple places we could play this G minor. Let's talk about the way I'm going to do it in the demo in just a minute. There's a G that you can play on the 3rd fret, string 6, and if you play that one, that will be with the 6th string minor shape. And from there, you'd want to find a nice close C minor, and there's a very close C minor, also at the 3rd fret, but on the 5th string. That's a 5th string root, so that'll be the 5th string minor shape. And then we have F minor. Now, the closest F minor is down at the 1st fret. However, I'm going to shift up to this F minor at the 8th fret because of the chords that are coming after it. There's a B flat, and then there's an E flat, and it's just going to be easier to get to those if we play the F minor up at the 8th fret. Now, because that is on the 5th string, that'll be with our 5th string minor shape. So really all you're doing there is you're taking the same shape you're playing from the C minor and just sliding it up to the 8th fret. So our general rule is to try to play our chords as closely together as possible, but sometimes you need to break that rule to accommodate the chords. After that F minor, there's a B flat that we can play just as we did before at the 6th fret, 6th string, with our 6th string major shape. Let's talk about some alternatives here. I played the G minor at the 3rd fret, 6th string. However, coming from the E flat that you're playing in the measure before, you could also play this G minor at the 10th fret, and that's on the 5th string, so that would be the 5th string minor shape. And if you do that, you'll want to play your C at the 8th fret, and that's on the 6th string, so that's using the 6th string minor shape. And then back to that same F minor that we did already. So your options are G minor down here at the 3rd fret, C minor at the 3rd fret, sliding up for the F minor, or coming from the E flat, slide up to 10th fret for your G minor, 8th fret for your C minor, and then same F minor at the 8th fret. And there's really no right or wrong here. You just experiment with different ways to play it and see what works best for you. Line 3 begins with that same E flat that we've been playing, to the A flat major at the 4th fret that we played in the first line, back to the E flat, and another C minor. This time I am going to play my C minor at the 8th fret for sure. The reason I played my C minor at the 3rd fret in the previous line is because I decided to play my G minor at the 3rd fret, and the C minor is really close. However, there's no G minor before this C minor, so to me it's a little easier to go from the E flat to the C minor at the 8th fret. And again, that's on the 6th string, so that'll be the 6th string minor shape. And then we have an F major. Now our F minor was with the root at the 8th fret, 5th string. It'll be the same thing with F major. We're just playing the 5th string major shape now. And then we go back to the E flat again. Same A flat. Now we have a B flat 7. Earlier in the song we played a B flat major with the root on string 6 fret 6. So we're going to use that same root. We're just now playing the 6th string dominant 7 shape. And then we have the E flat major one last time. Once you've figured out how you're going to play those chords, go ahead and play through the song. Play it at a nice slow tempo. It's less about speed at this point and more about finding the chords. The speed will come with time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. At the bottom of page 23, we have number 36, All Through the Night. It's in the key of A flat major, which is scary for a lot of guitar players, but not for you because you know some movable chords now. The first chord is A flat major, so we need to find an A flat to play as our root note on either string 5 or 6. On string 5, there's an A flat way up at the 11th fret. That's going to be kind of uncomfortable, so we're going to play this A flat root note right here on string 6, fret 4. Because our root note is on string 6, we play our 6th string major shape. And from there we want to find chords close to each other. There's a very close D flat to that A flat. The A flat is on the 4th fret, 6th string. The D flat is on the 4th fret, 5th string. That's another major chord, so we play our 5th string major shape. And then we have a B flat 7. The closest B flat to that D flat is on the 6th fret, 6th string, and this will be with our 6th string dominant 7 shape. And then we have an E flat major. The closest E flat to that is on the same fret, fret 6, but now we're on the 5th string instead. Our root note is on the 5th string, so that's the 5th string major shape. Back to the same D flat you played earlier. Now we have an E flat 7, so it'll be the same root note as your E flat major that is, which is on the 5th string 6th fret, but now we're playing the 5th string dominant 7 shape instead. And notice that my root note is now being played with my 3rd finger for this shape. And then back to that same A flat. The chords in line 2 are exactly the same as line 1, so let's skip to the 3rd line. We have a D flat major, same D flat we played in the first 2 lines, at the 4th fret on the 5th string. Next we have a B flat minor. Earlier we played a B flat 7. We'll play that same root note, string 6 fret 6, but now that's going to be with a 6th string minor shape instead. And then an E flat 7, just like we played toward the end of lines 1 and 2. Line 4, as far as the chords go, is identical to lines 1 and 2. Now before we play through the song, it's not a bad idea to cycle through the chords for one of those lines just to get used to moving through these chords, because there's a lot of them. So just play an A flat, no pattern, just strum the chord. D flat, B flat 7, E flat major, D flat, E flat 7, and A flat. Once you're comfortable cycling through the chords, go ahead and play through the song. And I say this all the time, but don't worry about speed. Play it at a nice slow tempo. It's all about finding these chords at this point. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Your assignment is to practice Morning Has Broken and All Through the Night on page 23, and don't forget to order your own copy of First Moveable Guitar Chords. I'll leave a link in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 24. We're going to practice movable major, minor, and dominant 7 chords with 2 more songs, Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child and Ode to Joy.